Hello, my name is Dr. Gregory Primus. I am here in beautiful Philadelphia. The year's 2017, and we're here at the National Medical Association Conference. I am just coming out of our Nth Dimensions presentations. We had 31 students, all representing underrepresented students, whether they're Black, female, or Hispanic, interested in orthopedics and trying to get into the field of orthopedics. It was such an inspiring morning. The 31 students actually presented. There were 31 poster presentations. As you know, Nth Dimensions has been tremendously successful in terms of getting underrepresented students into the specialty of their choice. And in this case, it happens to be orthopedics. It's a program unlike any other. It really needs to be held up on a pedestal and used as an example of how to make change and implement change. We talk about disparities in healthcare all the time. We also know that the number one predictor, if you will, or factor that may decrease disparities is actually having doctors in the room that represent the patient's interests, represent their culture, and can really give them the treatment that they deserve. And so that's what we're all about here, trying to train and encourage more underrepresented physicians to enter into the field of orthopedics. The Nth Dimensions have been tremendously successful in this, as I've mentioned. They actually have a greater than 90% match rate. What that means is that for all the students that they mentor, okay, whether that's giving them valuable information, teaming them up with mentors throughout the country, allowing them to gain research experience and publish papers and present posters like what they do here at the National Medical Association, preparing them for their MCAT and interviewing skills, et cetera, et cetera. Their experience with Nth Dimensions have allowed them to have a 90% match rate into the field of orthopedics, into a residency of their choice. There is not another program like this. And I feel very passionate about this because I know my own struggles getting into orthopedics, and I feel like I have been tremendously blessed. But out of all the residency programs that I applied to, I only had 5 interviews. And 4 of those programs I had direct relationships with, and so they were able to look at my application and bring me to their institution to interview. So in other words, I barely got in, and I'm now living a very fulfilled life as an orthopedic surgeon, so much that it's been very important for me to give to this program. The founder, if you will, and who manages the Nth Dimensions is a good friend of ours, Dr. Bonnie Mason. She has been tremendous with this program. And a couple of years ago, she realized that the program, despite its success, was not getting the support financially that it needed. And this is even from our own Orthopedic Academy and some of the other orthopedic associations around the country. And so she started to rely on the very people that it benefits most, and that's orthopedic surgeons that can be considered underrepresented. In my case, a Black physician, a Black surgeon. There's not many. I practice in Chicago, and I can count on both hands the number of Black orthopedic surgeons in our city. And so I know the importance of trying to recruit more underrepresented surgeons and actually have them succeed in medical school, residency, and get out in the workforce. And so with that passion and desire, we teamed up with Dr. Mason, and we contributed, helping kick off the initial private donation with a gift of $10,000, and that was a couple of years ago. And every year we've been contributing, and so my purpose is to try to encourage my fellow orthopedic surgeons at this point to contribute to Nth Dimensions. I can't imagine any other more valuable and pertinent resource than what Nth Dimensions is providing for our underrepresented students. And if you consider it an investment, what more valuable investment it is to invest in a program that's going to provide a chance, an extremely high chance for these students to succeed. And so we're reaching out to you from Philadelphia 2017, the NMA conference, to encourage you to get involved with this program. You will be amazed, learn about it, come visit, be a part, even if you're not part of the MBA. We know that most of our black physicians that are practicing today aren't involved with the NMA. We understand there's many barriers to that, but this is a program that's operating, it's agnostic to any organization, it's not part of any particular organization. It's a standalone nonprofit with the sole purpose of getting students that are interested in orthopedics into orthopedics. And so with that said, we really want to encourage you to donate and make this program even more successful. They have a goal. Okay, we had 31 students. We're going to broadcast what that looks like. It was an incredible sight to see these students in our lecture hall, filling up all the seats. It was a standing room only presentation where they got up and they presented their research. And then we had 31 posters. And there's a contest of which there's some scholarship funds awarded. But that 31 students isn't enough. And as we know, the disparities are getting worse. And even in some cases, black males entering and matriculating through medical school is not looking good at all. And so we want to double that 31. We want 60 students. We want 100 students. But the only way we can do that, knowing that the ultimate cost to run a program such as Nth Dimensions may run about $10,000 per student, we need help. We need your support. We cannot count on the academy. We cannot count on any sanctioned organization. We can't count on the federal government. We can't legislate this to get funds. We need to do this ourselves. And so that means we need to reach out to practicing orthopedics, understanding how grateful we are to be in this position, and give back and reach back. So that's my plea to you. We want next year to have 60 students presenting and make this an even more successful program. Thank you.